You're now listening to the Hogo Halftime Report, powered by Abingdon Equipment. We will be receiving scores from every Hogo team across the district. Welcome to the Hogo Halftime Report. This is Dylan Hunt along with Daryl Boyd. The Rebel Regiment is out on the field playing as the Rebels have a 28-14 lead over the Twin Springs Titans. Up next, we're going to talk about the first half of the Twin Springs game, update you on scores from around the country and the district, also look ahead in tomorrow's action of college football, and also give you a look ahead in the next week in the Hogo. That and a whole lot more in this Hogo Halftime Report. Daryl, let's go ahead and get some takeaways from PH Twin Springs. Rebels' dominant rushing attack. I understand you've got some stats from the Rebels. But before we get to those stats, let me go ahead and do a scoring recap. Patrick Henry struck first on an 11-yard touchdown run by Dakota Humphrey. Failed the extra point as it was blocked. Blake Hall had a fumble recovery down here on the other end for Twin Springs for a touchdown. And then Twin Springs was able to take the lead 8-6. So then after that, Zach Wright ran it in from 28 yards out to make the lead, and then the two-point conversion was successful, so it was 14-6, or 14-8, excuse me. Then next was a 5-yard touchdown run by Dakota Humphrey, and then the 65-yard play for Twin Springs to Blake Hall, the pass on 1st and 10 for a touchdown, a big play, and then the Rebels answered right back with that 45-yard touchdown run by Dakota Humphrey. So Humphrey, we've used his name a lot, especially in the scoring column, so he's had a good game, and Rebels offensively have had a good game on the ground. And, Daryl, I think you got a few stats from that game.
Yes, I sure do. Looking right here at Patrick Henry right now as a team, they have rushed the ball 24 times for 198 yards. That is a 8.2-yard attempt per carry. All 4 of the Rebels' touchdowns have come on the ground. Zach Wright through the air is 2 of 6 with 1 completion to Andy Garrett for 17 yards. Twin Springs is 2 for 5 in passing with 65 yards coming on 1 pass for a touchdown. And rushing, Twin Springs is 22 of 52 for a 2.3 average. Twin Springs has 2 fumbles, lost 1. Patrick Henry has fumbled once and has lost 1.
Yeah, so those are some of the stats there from the first half. Been a very well-played first half for the Rebels, and Twin Springs is hanging in there. They had a missed opportunity right there before the half, and that's definitely a big-time mistake there for Twin Springs. Daryl, can you tell me some adjustments you think Twin Springs has to make to come out and compete a little bit better against Patrick Henry in the second half? Because right now, Dakota Humphrey is running all over them.
True. Right now, what I see from Twin Springs defense, they are actually playing fair defense. They just need to stop Humphrey, maybe put some pressure on some of the other PH players to make some plays. On offense, right before half, they went to the old Maryland I formation, something I haven't seen in years, and they seemed to pick up several yards and first downs, and was actually moving the ball against Patrick Henry until it looked like a few penalties and a sack, which knocked them back. Coming out in the second half, you're down 14 points. You're going to have to pick up the pace to try to get some up-tempo and maybe even go back to that Maryland I, but just run it at a faster pace.
Yeah, and running the ball right now, I mean, they've got a whole half, so I don't think running the ball is that big of a deal coming right out. I think it's actually big that they don't get away from the run, because I think when you're down by more than 1 possession, you get in that pass happy where you just think that you're not going to be able to stop them. But I think they can be able to stop PH. They've had PH in some 3rd and longs, and PH has just been able to convert. And Twin Springs, we'll just see what they do now. From PH's side, what are you telling your guys who had such a tough week, a tough game 2 weeks ago, and got to wait 2 weeks to redeem themselves. What do you think they're feeling over there in the locker room, and what will Coach Palmer be telling them before they come out and take the field in the second half?
From what I've seen so far in the first half, Patrick Henry is pretty much on the line of scrimmage. Every play, they're pushing Twin Springs back 3 to 4 yards, which is giving Humphrey a huge momentum to hit the holes. We had one mishap between quarterback Zach Wright and Dakota Humphrey on just a bad exchange. Lost a fumble, which Twin Springs scooped up and took in for a score. Other than that, the Rebels' offense seems to be clicking.
Yeah, other than that, and that's really one of the things, I mean, we could be sitting here, PH could be up by 3 touchdowns instead of 2. So
right.
Twin Springs got that lucky break there, which the Rebels, pretty clean first half. 1 fumble. Of course, it cost them 6 directly from a scoop and score. But other than that, I mean, pretty clean. I expected that from the Rebels, though. I knew that they wouldn't have 2 straight weeks coming off, especially coming off a bye. I figured that they would work on that pretty well in practice. As the Rebels, it's Little Rebel night here at Patrick Henry, and they're going to play a little scrimmage out here on the high school field. They're going to have 2 games going on at once, so that's a pretty fun night for these young kids to play on the high school where the Rebels play. So we got some scores from around the district. We got scores from everywhere except for Rural Retreat, Grayson County. So if you got that score, tweet us at Hogo Game Day. Tweet that to us, and maybe we can get the score from there. But from around the district, in the second quarter, the latest update from Damascus between John Battle and Holston. John Battle leads the Holston Cavaliers in the second quarter, 12-7. From Chilhowie and Abingdon. In Abingdon, the Falcons lead 7-6 at the half. Abingdon's outgained them like 125 to 95 yards on the ground, but 2 turnovers have stymied Abingdon's offense there in the first half. They only lead by 1, 7-6. The only team that's really ahead by a lot is the Northwood Panthers on homecoming. They are ahead 28-6 over Bland at the half in their whiteout game. The last game, the big game from the Hoga-Higgy District, George Wythe 0-2 at Marion, who is 1-1 coming off that Northwood loss last week. George Wythe leads Marion at the half 7-6. So pretty good games going on around the district. 28-14 here. Patrick Henry is ahead. We don't got any other scores. I understand that Tennessee High, Virginia High has turned into somewhat of a blowout there at the half. It's like 31-7 or something. So that's another game. That VT game is always a big game each year, that cross-state game. Yeah, the Border Bash. That's always a fun. That game's always got a good feel to it. National Spotlight, some college games going on tonight. The Cincinnati Bearcats, who actually had the first 2 weeks bye, which I thought was very unique as we jump over and talk about some college teams. Cincinnati had 2 straight weeks of byes. They're leading Toledo 41-14 at the half, so they're up pretty handily there, on pace to score 82 points against a Rockets team that in the years past hasn't been that bad. That game, of course, is on ESPNU. On ESPN tonight, the game started at 8 o'clock. The Baylor Bears are up. The number 8 Baylor Bears are up on the Buffalo Bulls 28-0 at the half. So those are some scores from the National Spotlight in college football here on this Friday night. That's the scores from the district and area. We'll be right back from the Hogo Halftime Report to talk about tomorrow's games in college football. We'd like to thank all of our listeners here on the Hoga-Higgy Network and remind them to stop by HogoGameDay.com for the latest on all your Hoga-Higgy teams. That is HOGO GameDay.com, partnered with HogaHiggy.com, the worldwide leader in Hogo sports.
Parts, sales, and service, that's our motto down here at Abingdon Equipment. We have new and used quality farm equipment at great prices. We also have a large selection of salvage, professional service and repair, in-store parts for your equipment. Come on down and see us on Lee Highway in Abingdon, Virginia. Our store hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Also, give us a call at 276-628-2372, a proud sponsor of the Hoga-Higgy Network.
Welcome back to halftime here from Patrick Henry High School, where the Rebels lead Twin Springs 28-14. So a good start for Patrick Henry in the running game. We're going to change tide here, talk about tomorrow in college football, get you up to date on some of the big games nationally and some of the local games for your local teams. So we'll start off with the premier game of the week, 3:30 CBS, number 6 Georgia, and Todd Gurley go to Columbia, South Carolina to face off with Spurrier's Gamecocks at Williams-Brice Stadium. South Carolina's will have played their first 3 home games at home. They're 1-1. Embarrassing loss to A&M as they've changed from that 4-man front to a 3-man front. Lorenzo Ward's under a lot of pressure. We'll see what South Carolina has in store for Gurley and that stable of running backs that Georgia has. So that's definitely going to be a big-time thing. Darryl, can you give me some of your insight into that game, what you see, what the kind of vibe you're getting from that game?
From what I see, I've got to watch South Carolina play ECU last week. I don't know, once again, if South Carolina just wasn't on their game or ECU actually has a fairly good team. I tell you what, I'll go ahead and give you my prediction on this game. I think Gurley runs wild. I take Georgia big, 45-17.
Ooh, a big-time score there, and that'd be a huge win for Georgia on a national scale for a big win on the road. Georgia, after this, don't have a lot of huge games this year. They don't have LSU. They just got Auburn and Florida on the rest of the schedule. So they're one of those teams, if they can get by South Carolina, this is a roadblock, and then we can look to October. Those games are later in the year.
Georgia could definitely be looking at the playoffs.
Yeah, so that will be a big game. I think a key to the game to that, I think South Carolina is going to load the box against Georgia, try to stop Gurley, and it's going to rely a lot on Hudson Mason in that passing game. And right now Malcolm Mitchell's out for Georgia, so they got a lot of key guys down. It's going to depend on those other wide receivers, which Georgia has talent at wide receiver, but not a lot of depth. So we'll see if those younger guys can come through. I've got the Dogs in a close game early, but I've got them covering the spread. It's a 6.5-point spread. I got Georgia 35, South Carolina 21. Moving back local to Blacksburg, Virginia at 12 o'clock on ESPN. East Carolina is 1-0 going up against the number 17 Hokies, who are back on the national scale spotlight after the big win last week in Columbus, Ohio, over Ohio State. A lot of people are talking about Ohio State. You know, they didn't have Braxton Miller. The Hokies' defense looked for real last week.
Yes, Virginia Tech's defense played a good game. I'm sure Braxton Miller would have made a difference. Once again, without him, they are not the number 8 ranked team in the nation. So, you know, I look at it as Virginia Tech beat a mediocre Ohio State team, but taking nothing away from the Hokies.
A big road win nonetheless, though.
A road win is huge.
Largest amount of fans in that stadium ever.
A road win is huge. It helps with recruiting. And, you know, Michael Brewer stepped in at quarterback, and he seems to have the Hokies offense well on the pace to do what they need to do.
And they finally got a QB who can just sling it. I think that's what the Hokies needed, and that's going to take the pressure off the run game, I feel like. And the Hokies, I think this year is going to be a year where they can build up and get back to the national scale. They don't play the big boys of the ACC. They got to get past Miami and Duke. That's funny to say, but Duke has been good recent years. I've got Virginia Tech 31, ECU 14 as I face the Pirates. ECU's a talented team. Everybody talked about them as one of the teams that can make the playoff. Of course, they got beat by South Carolina by 10. I think it'll be a close game early, Virginia Tech always lets them hang. But I think Brewer throwing the ball. I think the Hokies break away in the second half, and it could be one of those games where it's like 21-7 at half, and then PH scores 10 in the second half, and then ECU just scores.
I agree with you. I actually got it a little bit closer. I believe the freshman running backs from Virginia Tech will pave the way. I got Virginia Tech winning by a field goal in the fourth quarter, 27-24.
Yeah, 27-24. The Hokies, you heard it there. We're going to go out. It's a local team, but we're going to go all the way out to Norman, Oklahoma to see what the Vols can do at 8 o'clock on ABC. Tennessee's 2-0 event win over Chucky Keaton and Utah State week 1, and then they beat Arkansas State, who has always been an up-and-coming program. And they're going to take on the number 4 Oklahoma Sooners, who I feel are still riding momentum after that Sugar Bowl win over Alabama.
Oh, I agree. Oklahoma really showed how they could play against Alabama in the bowl game. They've not missed a beat since. Tennessee is full of young athletes. Several freshmen are playing, if not starting. This is a very interesting game. I know Oklahoma's picked the win by, I want to say 14. But I took it a little bit closer. I think Tennessee will go down, and they will actually show the nation that they are worthy to play with the big boys. But I got them coming up short, 35-28.
35-28, close game there in Norman. I'm a little bit opposite of you. I think it's close at the start, and then you start seeing Oklahoma's talent really set in. Oklahoma has experienced talent. Bob Stoops is a great coach, and the way they played against Alabama last year still in my mind at how well they can run on offense. I've got Oklahoma big, 42-17, but I think the Vols play good in the first half, but I think eventually that defense just starts to give in.
Good pick.
And moving on, ESPN 3 is going to televise this game. Your favorite team, Darryl. 12:30 kick. Number 21, Louisville, 2-0 at UVA, who's 1-1, played well against UCLA.
Yes, UVA is really not my favorite team, but this pick may surprise you. Louisville's coming in to Charlottesville. I believe Mike London will have his defense up. It will be a defensive game. And for some reason, I see the Wahoos of UVA pulling this game out 23-20 with the upset.
A big upset. I was impressed with them 2 weeks ago against UCLA because of what happened. You know, the game started, 3 pick sixes?
Yes.
And when you give up 3 pick sixes on the offensive side, and Hundley didn't score but one time for the win there, and that ended up being the deciding score. So that's definitely a huge thing. I think Bobby Petrino has the Cardinals rolling. They've played well the first 2 weeks.
They have since joining the ACC.
I think Louisville 38, UVA 21. I think it'll be pretty close, but then again a breakaway near the end. All right, moving on to the team UVA opened the season with. Brett Hundley and UCLA travel to Dallas, actually, to face the Texas Longhorns, who are 0-2. Charlie Strong's looking for his first win. Hundley will be in Jerry World for the first time, and so will everybody there at that game. It's sold out. I'm picking the Bruins, 45, Longhorns 14. There are tons of problems in Austin now.
Yes, Mac Brown's out. New coach. I believe players are still adjusting. New coach still adjusting to new personnel down in Texas. UCLA is actually one of my preseason playoff teams, so I got them winning big, even though it's at Dallas Stadium. I got UCLA 42-21.
Ooh, so I got 45-14. You got 42-21. We're not giving much of a chance to the Longhorns. All right, we're going to bring it back down to a local level. Look ahead here as we're getting ready to kick off the second half. Hogo look ahead next week. Chilhowie at Tazewell. Floyd County at George Wythe. Holston at Bland. Northwood at Twin Valley. And Patrick Henry at Rye Cove. The Hogo Game of the Week and next week's location for the pregame show and live game broadcast is Rural Retreat, Virginia, where the Scarlet Hurricanes will travel to face the Indians there in Rural Retreat. So we'll be there covering that game as Chris Akers will be set for his first Hoga-Higgy game. So with that, that's where we'll be, Rural Retreat. So join me right here in a few minutes and join us next week. We'll have the live video broadcast back. We're going to start the second half right here in just a second. Thank you, Darryl, for coming back on for the half.
Thank you for having me on.
And we'll get started here. You can stay on for the second half if you want to. No thanks. The second half will begin now as PH will kick off to Twin Springs. Twin Springs trails 28-14. We'll probably just leave this segment going since we're right at the half. 28-14. As the Rebels are set to kick off to start the third quarter. So Campbell Buchanan is set deep. We would expect Twin Springs to need to produce some sort of points here on this drive as they trail, of course, by 2 touchdowns. Here comes the kick from Campbell Buchanan. The kick is away. Looks like there's going to be a penalty. Might be a offsides call there for Patrick Henry on the kickoff. So offsides there is going to set the Rebels back on the kickoff on an illegal procedure penalty. So we'll see what the Rebels do here again as they set to re-kick. Rebels had a strong first half out of Dakota Humphrey. Zach Wright had a great comeback here as he had that shoulder injury that benched him for the most part of the Thomas Walker game, but he's been in for every snap tonight, so he's looking healthy again here for the Rebels. There's the kick. It's a squib. It's going to be picked up by Twin Springs returner. He's going to take it up past the 40. He's got an open gap. He's going to be brought down at the 46-yard line by Alex Davenport. So Twin Springs set up in good position there after the illegal procedure call on the Rebels. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 46. Well, it's closer to the 47. 1st and 10 from the 47. First and 10 from the 47. And they're in that Maryland formation again. There's the snap. Handoff to the running back. He's going to be brought down after a gain of 1 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 9. So 2nd down and 9 here. Quillen on the carry as they stayed in that Maryland formation, which they had a lot of success out of there just before the half. They're going to stick to it here. And, of course, they only trail by 2 TDs. No rush as long as they trust their defense to make stops. 2nd down and 8, yet again in the Maryland formation. No wide receivers out wide, just a bunch of tight ends. 2 tight ends out to each side. There's another rush to the halfback. He gains about 1 on the play. The Rebels are ready for this Maryland formation. And, they had to talk about a little bit there at the half. It's 3rd down and about 6. 3rd down and 7 exactly. 28-14 PH leads, 10:45 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. So Rebels off to a good start to this game. Good first half. Need to have a strong second half, however, to secure the victory. There's a 3-4 set for the Rebels on defense. There's a snap. Misdirection fake. He's going to lob it deep. He's got a receiver out there. Diving effort incomplete. Holden McNew was the intended receiver on the play. He's a freshman for the Titans. That's going to bring up a 4th down here for Twin Springs. 4th and 7 here. Twin Springs will be punting it from the 50-yard line. So the Rebels have Kent Kestner and Alex Davenport back deep on the return. So we'll see what the Rebels do here on this return. Got everybody up on the line. They may drop a few back. They may bring them. They're bringing everyone. Humphrey almost got the block but didn't get to it in time. It's going to be caught by Kent Kestner at the 25. He's up past the 30 to the 35. He's down on the 35-yard line. Looks like we got a player down. Penalty on the play. We'll see what they call. Block in the back on the Rebels, so that's going to push them back on the return. So definitely not the way the Rebels wanted to start the second half. Here, depends on, let's see where they're going to spot the play. They're going to start counting on about the 23-yard line. They're going back from there 10 yards. So it's going to be, 5 yards. So it's going to be from the 13-yard line. So it's 5-yard penalty, sends it back to the 13. So the Rebels have the ball here on the 13-yard line. 1st down and 10. Handoff to Humphrey. He's got it. He's brought down by Couple of Twin Springs defenders there. And that was a big gain right there. Or a short gain, excuse me. A gain of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7 from the 21-yard line. Excuse me, from about the 15-yard line. I'm all confused. There's a snap, handoff to Humphrey. He rips through the first line of defense and gets to the second level before he's brought down by some Titans. That was Nathaniel Quillen there on the stop. So 1st down, Patrick Henry, after the 6-yard gain or 7-yard gain by Humphrey. So 1st down, the Rebels are up past the 20 on about the 24-yard line. They're in that pistol set again, double-winged. There's a snap, QB draw, rights forward for about 2. It's going to be 2nd down and 8. Now the ref's scooting down. It may be closer to 2nd and 7. We'll see what they call it on the scoreboard. 2nd down and 7. So 2nd down, 7. Pretty good game there on the QB draw from Zach Wright. They're trying to just find ways to get him in to the offense. He's going to fake the handoff there and keep it, and he's going to be brought down at the original line of scrimmage. Loss of about 3 on the play. It's going to take it back to 3rd down and 10. So Wright was able to gain 3, and then he gets tackled after an option read in the backfield for a loss of 3. So we're back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 10. So it's 28-14 Patrick Henry, 8:25 to go. That was the first loss of the night for the Rebels, so that's actually a pretty big stat there. Rebels have not had any negative yards. Wright throws it deep to Kestner. Looks like there's going to be a pass interference call, and there is. As Kestner was trying to get back to the ball, he couldn't get back because he was blocked off. And that penalty is going to be on Austin McCracken, a senior for Twin Springs, as he blocked off Kent Kestner. Wright kind of threw it behind him, but he still gave Kestner a chance to catch it. The defender did not, however, and that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. A big penalty there on 3rd down and 10, and that's going to give the Rebels a 1st down and more. So that's going to be a 1st down after the Rebels had it on about the 25 was where the original line of scrimmage was. So good gain there on the play, on the penalty. So 8:10 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and we're going to have a 1st down. Looks like they're trying to work out some things. The end of the 3rd quarter, I've got an update from Northwood High School. Bland is trailing Northwood 32-6. Northwood is laying a beating down on the Bears, and the JV team is in. My partner for tonight, Darrell Boyd, was right about the JV guys getting a lot of play time here in the second half for Northwood. Rebels on the carry here. It's going to be Kent Kester breaking outside. He's got the first and a little more, as he made a great play. There's going to be a flag down on the play. We'll see what they're going to call here. Looks like Jacob Sheets' helmet came off. We'll see what they call here. We got unsportsmanlike conduct. Yeah, it was unsportsmanlike conduct there on that play. So we'll see what is going on. Coach Palmer's talking to I think they're trying to say one of the PH defenders or one of the offensive players for the Rebels took his helmet off, and that of course is a penalty. I don't know what happened there, but that's going to be a big penalty there, as the Rebels had a 1st down instead. Now it's 1st down, but instead of 1st down from the 50-yard line, it's going to be 1st down and 12 or 13, excuse me, from their own 36. So the Rebels are set back there, a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So not a good play there. I'm not really sure what happened, so we'll have to get a better ruling on that. Coach Palmer didn't look very happy about it either way. Double wing set here from the pistol. They're going to put Carver in motion. Hand off to Humphrey. He fumbled, but it looked like he got on it himself. This could be a big turnover here. Let's see what they're going to call. I believe Humphrey got back down on it. Yeah, he was able to recover his own fumble on the handoff. And that was a loss of about 2, or actually a loss of about 3 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and about 15. So 3rd down and 15 for the Rebels here. They're in a passing situation. We'll see what they do here. 3rd and 16 actually. We'll see what they do. They're going to have to get the play out. Yeah, they're going to have to call timeout, I'm pretty sure. They're letting the clock tick down. Yeah, Coach Palmer calls timeout. That's the first timeout of the second half, as it looked like the Rebels were missing a few players out there in the formation. So P.H. Burns, their first timeout of the second half, as we're going to go into a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. The Rebels lead 28-14 with 6:55 to go here in the third quarter. The Hogo Game of the Week is provided by Abingdon Equipment, Appalachian Plastics, Big M Farm Service. Yeah. All right, welcome back here. Sorry about that if we went off the air there. There's been a lot of crazy things happening tonight. The scoreboard keeps cutting off, and we're not sure if it has anything to do with why we're cutting out so much, but thank you for staying with us here. PH is ahead 28-14 over Twin Springs with 6:55 to go here in the third quarter. And the Rebels just now fumbled it, but were able to recover as Dakota Humphrey was able to get on it there and save a turnover from occurring. So the Rebels are in a shotgun set. Wide receivers to the right, 2 to the right, and he's got 2 backs behind him. Handoff to, actually a fake handoff to Humphrey. He's going deep for Kestner, and he's got it. Big gain on the play. Kestner goes down hard on the track, but a gain of about 25 on the play, or about 22 on the play for Patrick Henry. A huge play there on 3rd down. Rebels are in business now. Kent Kestner had the huge catch there, especially on a 3rd down and 14. So that was definitely huge. Rebels are in that same formation. Fake, or they're going to hand it off this time to Humphrey. He's got a gap. Looks like there's going to be a flag on the play. Humphrey's in the end zone for a touchdown, but there is a couple of flags on the play, and one would assume one of those is holding. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a holding on one of the guys out wide there. Caleb Boyd there looked like he took his player to the ground and stayed in the holding positions. They called a holding there on the offense, and that's going to take 6 points off the board there, and that's big right there for the Rebels, as they are unable to get the 6. They'll have to wipe the 6 off the board, and it's going to cost them 5 yards. So it's going to be 1st and 15 from the 45 as the Rebels are in Titan territory. Got 6:35 to go here in the third quarter, and the Rebels are up by 2 touchdowns. So got an update out of Abingdon for Chilhowie and Abingdon. The Falcons lead 14-12 over the Warriors at the end of the third quarter. So that's definitely an exciting fourth quarter on the way in Abingdon, Virginia. We'll try to keep you updated on that big matchup for in Southwest Virginia. a non-district matchup, but still a good one. Handoff that time to Carver. He runs up past the original line of scrimmage, a gain of about 7 for Isaac Carver. A big rushing play there. Got the yards back from the penalty. Well, got the 5 yards back from the penalty. It'll be hard to get the 6 back from the penalty, but got the 5 back there nonetheless. So got 2 plus 5. Got 2 more from it too. So it's going to be second down and about 8. There's going to be an encroachment on the defense. I don't know what occurred there. Number 65, Ryan Babb, dove for the ball before it even been snapped. So I don't know. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty, though. 3 yards for the Rebels. They'll definitely take it. It's going to be second down and 3 for Patrick Henry. Man, this thing has really changed. I mean, PH had the score that got taken back from the hold. It was first down and 15. Now it's second down and 3, and that's only off of a 7-yard gain because the 5-yard penalty again. So there's a rush up the middle. Looks like Zach made the wrong read there. Coach Palmer said he should have kept it and took it around the edge. He handed it off to Carver, and Carver didn't get anything on the play. It's third down and 3. So we'll see what the Rebels do here. Third down and 3. Zach Wright, of course, that was a read option. He has the option to hand it off to the running back, who was Carver, and then if not, he can take off around the perimeter and toss it back to the fullback. So there's also that option with the Rebel offense. So it's Carver and Humphrey in the backfield, so it's really not a true fullback. It's 2 running backs. There's a snap, the fake handoff to Carver. Zach Wright's got a lot of running room. He's down on the edge. He's got a lead blocker. Kent Kestner, he's loose. Touchdown. Give him 6. It's 34-14 Rebels. There's Zach Wright on a huge play from the 32-yard line, and a 32-yard touchdown run by Zach Wright. We'll see what the Rebels do here as far as the extra point, as the Rebels have tacked it on and now lead by 20. We'll see what they do here, though. It looks like they're going to go ahead and try to kick the field goal. Big run there by Zach, and I believe he could have pitched it to Humphrey, and they still would have scored. And they were really trying to stop that inside run with Carver, and Zach Wright went right around the edge, and his speed, he turned it up right about the 20, and he just flew. Nobody could catch him. Had a good lead block there, and Kent Kestner, bad handle there on the kick. Isaac Carver wasn't able to handle the snap, and it's 34-14 as the PAT was no good. It's time for the Political Dogs hot dog play of the drive. Let's go back to the third down and 14 over here on the other side of the 50. The scoring play was huge, but I feel like that third down and 14, the connection between Zach Wright and Kent Kestner for 25 yards will be the Political Dogs hot dog play of the drive. After that, PH would drive down the field and then just score on a 32-yard run by Zach Wright. So that is your Political Dogs hot dog play of the drive. The Rebels lead 34-14. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. Keep up with all the action in the Hogo.
But Marion's going to take over here on the 10-yard line, right in the red zone. That handoff to Wagner up the middle. There's a lot of Warriors in the backfield. Here comes Wagner around the edge, diving in. Touchdown.
Like us on Facebook, Hogo Game Day. Follow us on Twitter at Hogo Game Day. And check out our very own website, www.hogogameday.com.
Gonna be a good time. It's a small town. Throw down. It's time to tall board up. Let them tailgates down and then it's on.
Kickoff coming here from the Rebels after another scoring drive for Patrick Henry. They lead 34-14, 4:50 to go here in the third quarter. The Rebels are off and running here, literally and figuratively here tonight. They have ran wild over this Twin Springs team. A great kick. It's going to roll down to about the 1-yard line as it was squibbed. And we'll see what the return team does here. Graydon Williams misses a tackle. A couple of missed tackles there by the Rebels. He's up past the 20. And a really good return considering right there. We got a ref down on the field too as He got wiped out. I believe he's all right. He just got put down there, blocked by two different guys. So that was a good return. Twin Springs didn't pick it up until it was sitting on the 1 yard line, and he ran it up past the 20 to the 24. So they're going to start on the 24-yard line. That's a good return considering such a late start on it. So good return there by Twin Springs. Good kickoff too by the Rebels. Poor coverage, though. A couple missed tackles. They could have had them down inside the 15. So there was definitely some good things about that kick, and then the execution as far as tackling was bad. Swing pass out here wide. Good tackle by Graydon Williams, one-on-one outside here as they tried to get a quick pass right at the line of scrimmage, and it goes for a gain of 1 on the play, 2nd down and 9. Twin Springs needs to get something started in a hurry here in this game. It's definitely not going their way. 34-14, 4:16 to go here in the third quarter. And we got the 3-man front with the 2 linebackers coming down on the line of scrimmage for the Rebels. Twin Springs puts a man in motion here on the outside. It's going to be eaten up by the Rebel defense, as they got a lot of pressure there from the outside. Let's see if I can get a number. Number 32 there on the tackle. That's Andy Garrett. So a big play there by Andy Garrett. He's playing that outside linebacker position, but where he's setting up, he's more like a defensive end standing on the line of scrimmage. So a great play there by Andy Garrett, one-on-one. Looks like we got a ref that's bleeding or something. They're going to get a trainer to check or get him covered up or something. I don't know. I guess the same rule applies for refs. If they're bleeding, they got to cover up just like athletes. So it's going to be a quick timeout here. But they're going to keep the play going. They're just going to go without a ref. So we'll see what they do here. It's 3rd down and 8 here for Twin Springs, and Rebels are in a great position here to get another stop. 3rd down and 8. Titans are going to put a man in motion here. Jet sweep, fake pass. He's going deep, complete. He got both feet in bounds on the. He's on about the. Got a player down too. He's hurt on the play. Well, he got back up, but a big time completion there as Avery Hillman came down with it in bounds. Good pass by Justin Grizzle, the quarterback for the Twin Springs Titans. So a big connection there on 3rd down and 8. A big gain on the play. I'm not sure the distance in yardage of that play. 15 yards? 19-yard gain on the play. So a big play there, 3rd down. There's another play-action pass. He's looking deep. Underthrown, incomplete. Good coverage by Alex Davenport. So a good 19-yard pass there on 3rd down and 8 as they're able to convert that 3rd down. We're getting some updates from around the district. It is final from Grayson County. Rural Retreat wins 9-7. That's some shocking news coming out of Grayson. Rural Retreat 9, Grayson County 7. Battle is ahead of Holston early in the 4th, 19-13. So a close game there. And Abingdon stretched the lead on Chilhowie, 21-12. So those are some scores around the district. There's a snap, end around. He's got the edge and more. 1st down. He's down at about the 41-yard line. So another 1st down for the Titans. A gain of 12 on the play. A big time run on the end around. Looked like the Rebels had that one swamped, but wasn't able to contain him as he got around the edge. This was definitely a make or break drive here for Twin Springs as they trail by 20 points. So a 3-touchdown game with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. They definitely need to get something started, and you can tell that they really want to keep the pace going as they've been in shotgun for most of the time here tonight, for most of the time in the second half. There's a scramble of about 8 yards there by Grizzle. Good play. Looks like there's a penalty on the play. It might be a late hit out of bounds on Patrick Henry as he stepped out. We'll see what they call, though. If so, that would be a big penalty, and that would put them down near the red zone. Yeah, we'll see what they're going to call here. Yeah, personal foul on the Rebels, so it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. 15-yard penalty, so now the Rebels will be with their backs against the end zone here as Twin Springs is threatening to score here in the third quarter, which will definitely turn this back into a closer game here. It's 34-14, 2:50 to go, so with this, if Twin Springs is able to get some points out of this, it could be big here. They're on the 19-yard line. They're in the Carter's Pharmacy red zone. And Carter's Pharmacy, of course, is sponsoring every red zone trip for Hogo game day. Any of our broadcasts, Carter's Pharmacy in Saltville, Virginia. Make sure you check them out for all your pharmaceutical needs. Twin Springs puts a man in motion, going out for a screen pass. Looks like there's a false start on the play as he gets a gain of about 5, but there's going to be a penalty. Actually, a delay of game on the play, so delay of game. It's going to be first down and 15. Oh, illegal. Yeah, illegal motion. So it's first down and 15 from the the 24-yard line. So we'll see what Twin Springs does here. They've been in shotgun for the most part here today. And we'll see what they do here. They're back in the gun. 2 wide receivers to the left, a running back to the QB's right, and 2 wide receivers to the right. They're going to put the running back in motion, move him to the left. Now the wide receiver's in motion, fake handoff, handed up the middle to Quillen. Quillen breaks a tackle out past the marker. He's got a first down and a little more. Down, a gain of about 12 on the play. Well, more than 12, excuse me, a gain of about... We'll see what they're going to call here as it's and goal here. They're on about the 6-yard line. It's first and goal from the 6. So a big gain there by Quillen after a fake end around, and we'll see what they do here. Big gain on the end around fake to get them set up here. Here's the snap. There's a QB draw up the middle. He's got his momentum going. We'll see how close he is to the goal line. He's down to about the 2, so it's going to be second and goal from the 2-yard line. So Twin Springs is knocking at the door. We'll see if the Rebels can get a big stop here as they're sending out a big package. Twin Springs is. We'll see what they do. Now would be a good time for them to get back in that Marion formation for Twin Springs. Yeah, they're still in the gun. So still in the gun, a tight set. Second down and 2. And it's another QB draw up the middle. He broke the plane. Touchdown, Twin Springs. It's 34-20 now. With 1:22 to go here in the third quarter, Twin Springs will, of course, have an opportunity to go for 2 or just kick the field goal here, whichever they prefer. It is a 14-point game right now, so they're not really gaining a whole lot unless they're just going to go ahead and kick the field goal, it looks like, as Hall is on to kick the field goal. And Hall's had a huge game for Twin Springs in a game where they hadn't had a lot of points. They've got 21 points. Hall has 14 of them. He recovered the fumble and scored on it, scoop and score. Then he caught the 65-yard pass, a fake on the 2-point conversion, a direct snap to the kicker. And he's close to breaking the plane. Looks like they're going to say he is short. Big stop by the Rebels as they did a direct snap to the kicker. There's a penalty flag on the play. Looks like they've got a couple of the players there talking, I think, after the play was over. I think they thought that he broke the plane, but the ref evidently did not agree with what the player was saying. So that's a penalty. It will be assessed on the kickoff. So And that's really, it's going to set them back there on the kickoff. And for your Political Dogs hot dog play of the drive, I think we got to go back to the 3rd down and 8 down here on the 30-yard line, where Twin Springs was able to hit a 19-yard pass and get the first down and move on down to get that 2-yard rush into the end zone. Now it's 34-20, a 2-score game here. I'm going to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
A big play here. Saps on the handoff. He breaks loose. He's past the 50, down to about the 35, and he's knocked hard out of bounds by Riley Blevins. So that was a big-time hit by Riley.
Listen to our audio broadcast on your mobile device by downloading the Spreaker app through the Google Play Store for Android devices and on the App Store for iOS devices, and search for the Hoagie Heagie Network.
Love gonna be a good time. It's a small town. Throw down. It's time to tall boy up.
Welcome back to Patrick Henry High School, where the Rebels lead 34-20. Twin Springs just now scored on a QB keeper from about 2 yards out. So it's a 14-point game again. Humphrey on the return. He's got a gap. He needs a block. He isn't able to get it. He gets up past the 50. He fumbled, but he was already down. And he's going to get up past the 50-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 Rebels, and they're actually going to rule him down on the 50. Exactly. So Rebels are going to start off on the 50-yard line. So we'll see what the Rebels do, see how they answer that scoring drive by Twin Springs. Make sure you hang around for a little bit after the game is over for a little bit of a post-game show. We'll go ahead and update you on all the final scores, as long as they are all final from the district. And if they are, we'll go ahead and give you those scores after the game is over. So we'll see. It looks like Humphrey's down on the sidelines as the trainer's down checking him out. So we'll see what happens with him. There's a handoff to Carver. Short gain, if any, on the play. Looks like he maybe got a yard, if anything. Another player slow to get up for Twin Springs. And he's hobbling off right now. That is number 84 for Twin Springs. So see if I can find a number on him. Daniel Green. So he's definitely shaken up, but he's going to stay on the field. He's not going to come out. So he's still in. Rebels are on the 50-yard line. 2nd down and 9. They're back in a shotgun set. 2 halfbacks in the backfield. 1 is Kent Kestner. Timeout, Patrick Henry. They were not set correctly for Mark Palmer. That's their 2nd timeout of the half of the game, exactly. So we're in the 3rd quarter here. PH is ahead 34-20. 31 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll be right back after this commercial break. The Hogo Game of the Week is provided by Abingdon Equipment, Appalachian Plastics, Big M Farm Service, Carter's Pharmacy, Glade Pharmacy, Political Dogs, Serber & Son. Make sure you watch and listen at HogoGameDay.com.
Love gonna be a good time. It's a small town. Throw down. It's time to tall boy up. Let them tailgates down and then it's on.
Welcome back here to Patrick Henry High School. Shotgun set, 2nd down and 10. Humphrey's loose again through the secondaries to the 3rd level. 1st down gain of 15 on the play. Looks like we're going to have a penalty after the play, a little extracurricular. We'll see what's happening here. Looks like it's going to be on a Twin Springs defender. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Gain of 15 on the play. If it's on Twin Springs, that's a 30-yard swing. We'll see what they're going to call here. Looks like it's going to be on Twin Springs. It is. It's going to be on Twin Springs. So 15-yard carry, and we're going to add. Well, we'll see. They're still talking. Hold on. It's taking the refs a little while. Yep, they're going to go ahead and move it first down, and then we got the 15-yard penalty after the fact. So as the coach for Twin Springs is coming out on the field, Mike Castle, he wants a explanation there for what was happening. It was kind of tough to see. It was down there in a pile of kids, and it looked like maybe a punch or something was thrown, but who knows. It's been a pretty physical game, both these teams pounding away on the inside. You know that emotions run high, and we'll see what they end up doing here, as they haven't really made any call as far as any penalty. There was 2 flags down. All the refs saw it right there at the end of the play, and it was just something starting there just after the play was over. So the head coach Castle's down there talking to the refs, so he just wanted explanation, and somebody had to have called a timeout right there. I guess it was Twin Springs, so I guess Twin Springs called a timeout. I'm not sure, unless he just wanted explanation. So that was a 15-yard penalty added on to a 15-yard gain. A 30-yard swing for the Rebels. So a big play there on the 15-yard gain by Humphrey. And then, of course, the 15 yards tagged on to it. And the Rebels have 261 yards rushing on 34 carries, averaging 7 yards a carry. So that's definitely that's a big stat there for Patrick Henry here tonight. So definitely looked impressive. It's 34-20 PH so far. So this right here is definitely a big drive late in the third quarter. 24 seconds to go. I'd expect PH to run one more play, take it into the fourth, and see if they can keep up the good play going into the fourth quarter. They're in the shotgun set here with 2 wide receivers to the right and 2 backs right beside of left and right of Zach Wright. There's a handoff to Humphrey. He breaks through after a juke. He's got a gap. He's got a lane. He's got 6. Touchdown, Dakota Humphrey. They didn't need to chew it to the end of the quarter. They score quickly on a 20-yard run by Dakota Humphrey, and just a huge play there for the Rebels. It's 40-20 now as they've doubled up Twin Springs, and a big run there by Dakota Humphrey. So after the layoff there between the penalties, Humphrey takes it right up the middle for 6 from 20 yards out. And that is his, let's see, that is his 4th touchdown rush of the night, and Zach Wright has the other 2. So pretty good at carrying and rushing going on for the Rebels here tonight. And we'll see the extra point. It's going to be Graydon Williams on and Carver to hold. There's the snap. It's high. It's caught by Carver. It looks like it got tipped, but Graydon put it right through the middle. 41-20. The Rebels lead. 17 seconds to go until the end of the third quarter. We'll go back to the first down play on the 30 or on the 40-yard line on the 50 when Patrick Henry had the 15-yard rush, and then we had the 15-yard penalty, a 30-yard swing. Next play, Humphrey runs it in from 20 yards out, touchdown. So that play, the 15-yard rush by Humphrey to set up the touchdown run, is your Political Dogs hot dog play of the drive. The Rebels lead 41-20. We'll be right back for kickoff right after this. The Hogo Game of the Week is provided by Abingdon Equipment, Appalachian Plastics, Big M Farm Service, Carter's Pharmacy, Glade Pharmacy, Political Dogs, Serber and Son. Make sure you watch and listen at HogoGameDay.com.
Love's gonna be a good time. It's a small town. Throw down. It's time to tall board up. Let them tailgates down.
Patrick Henry High School, where the Rebels are ahead here 41-20 over the Twin Springs Titans. There's the kick, a deep kick by Buchanan there, and it's going to be knelt down. He didn't mean to take a knee when he caught it, but he went down anyway right on the 20-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20. I don't think he meant to take that knee, as he had to go down and catch it, and then they called him down, so just bad luck there. Rebels have had a good showing tonight so far. 15 seconds to go until the third quarter. We'll see what Twin Springs does here. Twin Springs looks like they're going to come out in a shotgun set. It'll probably be shotgun from here on out as they trail by 21 again. Here's the snap. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. There's a handoff up the middle. Again there, he gets about, I want to say, 8 yards on the carry, as Quillen's had a pretty good game on the ground. He got about 7 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 3. The clock has hit 0, and we will head into the fourth quarter. The Patrick Henry Rebels 41, the Twin Springs Titans 20. We'll be back for the fourth quarter in Emory right after this.
It's a small town throwdown. Oh, we about to throw down some.
We'd like to thank all of our listeners here on the Hoga-Higgy Network and remind them to stop by HogoGameDay.com for the latest on all your Hoga-Higgy teams. That is HOGO GameDay.com, partnered with HogaHiggy.com, the worldwide leader in Hogo sports.
Parts, sales, and service, that's our motto down here at Abington Equipment. We have new and used quality farm equipment at great prices. We also have a large selection of salvage, professional service and repair, in-store parts for your equipment. Come on down and see us on Lee Highway in Abington, Virginia. Our store hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Also, give us a call at 276-628-2372, a proud sponsor of the Hoga-Higgy Network.
2nd down and 3 for the Titans here on their own 25-yard line. There's a snap after a motion. QB is going with it there on the draw. He's going to take it for a 1st down. Gain of about 6 on the play. 1st down, Twin Springs, as Grizzle stormed forward for 6. 1st down and 10 from the 34. Clock is running here as we just now start the fourth quarter. 11:48 to go. The Rebels are 11 minutes away from the first win of the 2014 season, and they'll even their record to 1-1 if they can hold them out here. There's a motion there for the offense. Looks like there's going to be a penalty, a false start on Twin Springs. It's going to be 1st and 15, so there's another example of Twin Springs shooting themselves in the foot there. A false start after picking up a 1st down. It felt like they were going to get some momentum going, and now they're going to put it in reverse. So Rebels have played pretty good defense tonight. A couple of big plays have been allowed, but for the most part, the Rebels have played pretty solid on defense. I think one of the reasons, though, would be Twin Springs has been very one-dimensional. They've stuck to the run, and they've done a lot of option stuff out of the run, but they haven't been able to get a lot of passing going tonight. So put another wide receiver in motion. It's actually going to bounce off the wide receiver in motion, a mistimed snap. And there's going to be a penalty flag late on the play. What was that penalty? I didn't catch that. Late hit. Yeah, late hit there on Patrick Henry. So that's a huge penalty there. It would have been second down and about 20. Instead, it's going to be should be, well, it's still first down. It's going to be first down and second down and 6 instead of what could have been second and 20. So that was a big 15-yard penalty there for the Rebels. Twin Springs back in the gun. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Tight end also out to the right. We got 11 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. They're going to put a wide receiver in motion. Low snap. Fumble. Looks like it's recovered by the quarterback as he was able to get down on it. A low snap. The QB looked to throw it. Looked like he was going to throw it, and then he just dropped the ball. He was able to recover, though, and it's going to be third down and 6. So it's third and 6. Well, there was a loss on the place of third and about 7 on the loss of yardage there on the tackle in the backfield. So just a loss of 1, though. It's fourth down, and 7. Scoreboard is, I need to quit going by the scoreboard. It's fourth down and 7. Shotgun set. Timeout, Twin Springs. Looks like they're trying to figure out what down it is, I believe. That's what I was wondering. I thought we jumped a down there. Maybe not. It's fourth down. Twin Springs takes the timeout. So we're going to go to a quick commercial break. That was Twin Springs' first timeout of the second half. We'll be right back. PH up big. We'll be back. The Hogo Game of the Week is provided by Abingdon Equipment, Appalachian Plastics, Big M Farm Service, Carter's Pharmacy, Glade Pharmacy, Political Dogs, Serber & Son. Make sure you watch and listen at HogoGameDay.com. Welcome back here to Patrick Henry High School. Looks like we've got a dispute here over a ruling. Before that, we had the late hit after a play a couple downs ago, and it looked like they were going to change it back to third down because it's an automatic first down, but they're going to keep it fourth down. So it's fourth down and 7. A big fourth down here. Twin Springs trails 41-20 with 10:33 to go in the fourth quarter. So they definitely got to have this for any chance here tonight. Put a guy in motion. They're going to hand it off up the middle to Quillen. Quillen is tackled short of the first down. Gain of 1 on the play. So PH will take over. First and 10 on their own 40-yard line. Or about their own, the Titans 39. So PH is in prime position here, and if they score here, it's definitely going to be a game sealer. 41-20, 10:26 to go here in the fourth. Big game so far out of Zach Wright and Dakota Humphrey. He's got to be a nominee. If not already, we can probably go ahead and name him the Appalachian Plastics Player of the Game. He had a great game, and he's still adding stats to the stat book. They're in a pistol set here, a fake handoff to Humphrey. They're going deep for Garrett. Drop pass, incomplete. Rebels have had some guys open downfield, but haven't been able to catch anything down there. Had some guys pretty open. Kent Kestner's had a few drops. Andy Garrett had another drop. So the Rebels are Zach needs a little bit of help from his wide receiver core, I believe, if they're going to be a contender here later on in the fall. Because Dakota Humphrey's running right now the game of his life, and he's ran good the last week or 2 weeks ago, so need a little help from wide receivers though, and we'll see what they do later on in the season. It's Kent Kestner on an end around. He's carrying it out past the first down stick. Got a gain of about 15 on second down and 10, so that's going to be a first down for Patrick Henry on a 15-yard run by Kent Kestner. So Kestner got it on the end around and took it for a first. That was an 18-yard gain on the play by Kestner. On second down and 10. Fumbled snap picked up by Zach Wright. He's going to fall down, take a loss of, let's see, how much did he lose there? About 10 or 12. So fumble snap there out of the shotgun, and the Rebels lose about, well, it's going to be closer to, it's going to be second down and about 20 or more. It might be second down and about 22. Looked like he lost about 12 yards on the play. It was a big loss there. A bad snap for the Rebels. Second down and 23 is the exact yardage there. So a long way to get the first down for the Rebels. Timeout. Patrick Henry. Mark Palmer has used his final timeout of the game. So we're going to go to a quick commercial break. Again, Rebels 41, Titans 20. We'll be back.
It's a small town throwdown.
Keep up with all the action in the Hogo.
But Marion's going to take over here on the 10-yard line, right in the red zone. That handoff to Wagner up the middle. There's a lot of Warriors in the backfield. Here comes Wagner around the edge, diving in. Touchdown.
Like us on Facebook, Hogo Game Day. Follow us on Twitter at Hogo Game Day. And check out our very own website, www.hogogameday.com.
Love's gonna be a good time. It's a small town. Throw down. It's time to tall board up. Let them
Welcome back to Patrick Henry High School, where the Rebels are ahead in a commanding fashion, 41-20. It's second down and a long 23 from the 34-yard line for the Rebels as they're in Titan territory here after a turnover on downs by Twin Spring. There's the snap. Hand off to Kestner. Kestner takes it up for a gain of about 2 on the play. It's going to be third down and 21. So third down, 21. Rebels lead by 21, so definitely just trying to get this clock down. We're trying to get some scores in that we will have the finals for you at the end of this game. I'm trying to get an update on John Battle. But there's a big run by Dakota Humphrey for 6, touchdown on third down and 21. Humphrey breaks loose from about the 28-yard line for 6, a 28-yard run. A huge run by Dakota Humphrey. Give him 6, 47-20 now. The Rebels lead. A good drive there by the Rebels. I think the way that drive was going for Patrick Henry, they just, that run right there has got to be our Political Dogs hot dog play of the drive. A 32-yard rush by Dakota Humphrey. And that marks his 5th rushing touchdown of the game. So he has had a huge night. And the Rebels' overall rushing attack has had a huge night. 320 yards on the ground, 39 carries, 8.2 yards per carry with a long of 45. So a great rushing attack for Patrick Henry. And they've just really had a great game on the rushing side of the ball. They're also through for 8 passing, so they've not had a bad game in that department either for 42 yards. So the Rebels don't need to pass much when you got a running game as strong as they have had tonight. So it's 47-20, 8:32 to go in the game, and the Political Dogs hot dog play of the drive, of course, was the 32-yard run by Dakota Humphrey, stopped by Political Dogs in Glade Spring in the town square for hamburgers, hot dogs, catfish, anything you want. They've got it there at Political Dogs. Extra point is to the left, no good by Graydon Williams. So it's going to stay. Well, our scoreboard cut off. It might be. It's going to stay 47-20. Sorry about that. 47-20. The Rebels are now stretching their lead out here on Twin Springs. Got 8:32 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll be right back.
Gonna be a good time. It's a small town. Throw down. It's time to tall boy up. Let them tailgates down.
The Hogo Game of the Week is provided by Abingdon Equipment, Appalachian Plastics, Big M Farm Service, Carter's Pharmacy, Glade Pharmacy, Political Dogs, Serber & Son. Make sure you watch and listen at HogoGameDay.com.
It's a small town. Throw down. It's time to tall boy up.
Campbell Buchanan set to kick off here for the Rebels as his Patrick Henry team leads 47-20 over the Twin Springs Titans, who made the hour-long bus ride from Nicholsville to face off with the Rebels here tonight. Twin Springs had a great start to the game. I think them answering back to PH and taking the early lead at 8-6 was a good start for them. But ever since then, Patrick Henry has been in the driver's seat, and they just now scored again on Dakota Humphrey's 5th rushing touchdown of the game. Their lead, of course, 47-20. There's another flag on the kickoff. So another guy passed the line, I believe, on the kickoff. So it's going to back the kick up for the Rebels. That's happened a couple times. It's got to be something that it's one of those little it doesn't cost you anything but 5 yards, but it's one of those penalties that's sort of nagging on you as a coach whenever it's something as simple as standing on sides on a kickoff. So other than that, and that one fumble that was recovered for a touchdown, I think that might be the only complaints Coach Palmer can have about tonight's game. I think everybody else has played great. I think defense has really stepped up. A couple of big plays, but other than that, they've kept the Titans in check, especially this rushing attack that Twin Springs tries to go with. Twin Springs has 103 yards passing as the kick is kicked deep there to Twin Springs. There's a return on the way. He's going to be brought down at about the 38-yard line. So Twin Springs will take over at the 38. There is a flag down on the play, so we'll hold up here and see what the flag is. Holding on Twin Springs, that's going to set them back. Of course, so they brought that ball back. Or they need to set it back 5 yards. They still haven't done it. We'll wait for them to reset. Here's the refs were convening. Holding, of course, was on them. So it's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. So Twin Springs, instead of having the ball on the 38, they're going to end up starting the drive on the 28. So actually, they're doing it from the spot of the foul, so it's the 24-yard line. The foul must have occurred at the 34-yard line. So it's first down and 10 from the, well, they're moving it up now. Looks like he went too far. So it is from the 28. So first and 10 from the 28-yard line. Twin Springs has it here. They trail pretty big, 47-20 to the Patrick Henry Rebels. Shotgun set, 8:22 to go till the end of the game. End around, reversed it back across the middle of the field, and he's brought down after a gain of 11 on the play. First down, Twin Springs. Big run there by Austin McCracken, a wide receiver for the Titans. He's 5'10", 180 pounds. He's a pretty good player there for Twin Springs. Twin Springs, of course, is a pretty good team. Last year they finished 4-6 in the Cumberland District, so they're a pretty talented bunch, and as they might fall a little bit short here tonight to Patrick Henry, but they, of course, have went 1-2 against Hoga-Higgy teams this year. They've played their first 3 games were against Hogo teams. There's a first snap, handoff up the middle. He's got a gap. He's got the edge. Quillen does. He tries to break a tackle. He's brought down by Caleb Boyd. Good tackle there. The cornerback coming up making the tackle after a gain of 13. That's something I've noticed tonight. The Rebels have made some good one-on-one tackles on the outside at the third level. Once the running backs get past the backers and those safeties and corners have to make some tackles in space, the Rebels have done a great job doing that. So that's going to be a first down anyway. It could have been a whole lot more there for Twin Springs. First down gain of about 12 on the play. It's first down and 10. Shotgun set. Put a wide receiver in motion. There's a snap. Handoff again on the end around. He's going to cut back upfield. Tackled again by Isaac Carver as he's able to stop him short of the first down. Gain of about 7 on the play. It's going to be second down and 3. So Carver comes up, makes a big play there coming up from behind for the Rebels. So that was a big-time stop coming across the field there. He was able to catch Quillen. Quillen has had a good game rushing for Twin Springs. This PH sideline is very excited as far as the fans are excited about tonight's win, or what looks like it's going to be a win, 47-20, 6:58 to go here in the fourth quarter. There's a snap, QB draw after a motion by the wide receiver. Rebels are going to stuff it up after a short gain. It may be enough for the first. We'll see. They're going to rule him short. So it's going to be third down and about a yard. If a yard, it's short. Third and short here. Well, the middle ref is going to judge it a first down. So first down, the ref on the outside there was calling it short, but the guys in the middle of the field called it a first down. So first and 10 after about a 4-yard rush there from the quarterback. And that was just Jacob Grizzle taking the snap out of the shotgun, dropping back like he was going to pass, and then rushing forward for a first. It's Twin Springs again in the shotgun set. They're going to put a wide receiver in motion. That was Quillen. They're going to throw it deep. They're looking deep. It's incomplete, almost picked off by Graydon Williams. The pass was intended for Holden McNew, so incomplete pass there. There's a flag down on the play. We'll see who it is on. Looks like it's going to be on Twin Springs. Looks like another post-play extracurricular activity there for Twin Springs. So let's see what they're going to... It's going to be a 15-yard penalty more than likely. .604 to go here. Patrick Henry, of course, is leading 47-20. Good team effort tonight by the Rebels. Dakota Humphrey has broke through. It's 5 touchdowns tonight, and we still got 5 or 6 minutes to go. So, yeah, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty, a post-snap penalty. Post-snap penalty, so 6 minutes and 4 seconds, 47-20 here, as that was a 15-yard penalty. It's going to be second down and 25. And Coach Castle's out there wanting an explanation for what happened again from the refs, so I'm not sure what's going on as far as what Twin Springs is doing over there, but PH is ready to continue on with the next play. We'll see what's going on here, though. Let's see what they're going to call. We haven't really, they've set the play back. It's 15 yards, second down and 25, but the offense is yet to line up here. (47-20). Sorry about the break in action there, but we're set to get back started here as after the big penalty, second down 25. Shotgun set here, wide receivers to the right and two to the left. Running back to the right of the QB. It's going to be a QB draw by Grizzle. Grizzle takes it for a gain of 4. On the play, it's going to be third down and long. Actually, it's a gain of 5. It's going to be third down and 20. Third down and 20 here, and clock is now rolling. 5:32 and counting down till the end of this game. There's a shotgun set. There's a snap, handoff again to Quillen. He doesn't get much on the carry. He gets about 3. And that will bring up fourth down. Fourth and about 17. So we got 4th and 17 here. It looks like Twin Springs might just punt as they trail by 27. We'll see what they do here, though. We've got 4:45 and counting. Twin Springs looks like they're going to go for it. Why not? 47-20, fourth down. And 19. There's the snap. Hail Mary deep. Sack for the Rebels. As the first one to get there, looked like it was Kevin Thomas, and Isaac Carver got through there quickly, and then a bunch of Rebels came in after that to finish him off. So a big sack, turnover on downs. The Rebels will take over on the 43-yard line. So, and it's on the Titans' 43-yard line. So it's a big loss there on the sack as the Rebels take over. 4th and 28, 47-20 they lead, and they've got this game in the bag now as they're just waiting for this game to end. Looks like we got a timeout, Patrick Henry, and that is, well, I had that as they didn't have any left, but evidently they called their 4th. No, that is their 3rd and final timeout of the half. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Patrick Henry ahead, big.
Had a big play here. Snaps on the handoff. He breaks loose. He's past the 50, down to about the 35, and he's knocked hard out of bounds by Riley Blevins. So that was a big-time hit by Riley.
Listen to our audio broadcast on your mobile device by downloading the Spreaker app through the Google Play Store for Android devices and on the App Store for iOS devices, and search for the Hoagie Heagie Network.
All right, welcome back here, and I must have been right. Patrick Henry did not have a 4th timeout in the bag. It was they took their final one a few moments ago, and that wasn't, they didn't have it, so they had to take a delay of game penalty. So it's going to be first down and 20 for the Rebels. So first down and 20. Patrick Henry just looking to kill the clock here. And there's a snap, handoff, and a gain of about 3 on the play. And on the carry was number 44, Isaac Wright, the younger brother of the starting quarterback, Zach Wright. Also in at quarterback now is Zane Seymour. He's come in for Zach Wright. So a lot of young players getting in, getting some valuable playing time here. It's second down and 18, 4 minutes to go until the end of the game. We've gotten all of our final scores, or we're waiting on some final scores. We've got all of them but Holston. We've got all the final scores but Holston. I'll go ahead and get those, and then we'll try to get Holston here in a minute. There's a rush to the outside by Caleb Boyd as he gets about 5 on the carry for Patrick Henry. So 5 yards there. It's going to bring up third down and long after the delay of game penalty by the Rebels. So it's third down and about 14 for Patrick Henry. 47-20 they lead. 3:26 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll see what they do here, Rebels. Of course, ahead handily as they have taken care of business tonight against Twin Springs. They will even out their record to 1-1 in the overall standings. There's a snap handoff to Wright. Wright forward again for about 5 or 4-yard gain back to the original line of scrimmage. It's fourth down and 10. So they're back to the original line of scrimmage. Fourth down, 2 minutes and 55 seconds to go. And we'll see what the Rebels do here. If they'll probably just go ahead and go for it. If not, we'll see what they do. They don't have any timeouts left, so that's out of the question as far as setting up a punt or something. So looks like they're going to send out another player there and call a play. They might be a little late. They're swapping guys out, and yeah, there's going to be a delay of game here, I'm sure. Yeah, the ref's already counting down. There's going to be a delay of game on the Rebels as they made 2 substitutions. They're going to send out the punt team to punt it away here. It's fourth down and now 15. It was fourth and 10. Understandable there. PH can set up their punt team and punt it off and keep that clock rolling here. So we got 2:21 to go, and they let the clock was able to run down, so that was good for Patrick Henry. So, yeah, they're going to punt it off. Graydon Williams on to punt for the Rebels. Rebels haven't had to punt it very much today with a great performance by Dakota Humphrey. There's a good punt down, and it bounces inside the 15 down to the 10. It's downed on the 1-yard line by, let me get the number there, it was number 11 for the Rebels that got down on that. That's Austin Ferris. So good punt coverage there for Patrick Henry. Great punt by Graydon Williams, and now Twin Springs will start off with terrible field position in their own end zone there with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. We're still waiting to get a score update from John Battle and Holston, but other than that, we've got the rest of the Hoga-Higgy wrapped up. We'll go ahead and wrap that up. It looks like the Rebels are going to get away with a win here, 47-20. Some scores from around the district as Twin Springs called a timeout. I'll just stay with you here. Rural Retreat, of course, beat Grayson County 9-7, so that is a surprising victory. And that's definitely going to make our decision to head to Rural Retreat a little bit more interesting. Rural Retreat defeated Grayson County. They're going to start off 2-1. And Grayson County starting 0-3. So Grayson County has a tough start to the year. Rural Retreat will be 2-1 heading into their matchup against Marion. And we got an update from Marion, George With. Marion is now still in the driver's seat. They're in second place in the Hoga-Higgy. They beat George With 14-6. So Marion, Rural Retreat next week for Hogo game day. That will be the site of our next game. So that'll be a good game there from Rural Retreat High School. So make sure you check it out next week. Northwood defeated Bland 32-6. Northwood is 3-0. And as far as the other game, like I said, we don't have John Battle Holston, but Abingdon defeated Chilhowie 28-12. Chilhowie is 1-2 on the season. So with that, that right there is the scores from around the district. We weren't able to get John Battle Holston last. We heard from Battle Holston. It was 19-13 early in the fourth. Battle was ahead 19-13. So that was our last word on that game. Other than that, we got a fumble in the end zone. Rebels are going to recover it for another 6. And so that's going to put them up to 52 points. The Rebels, 53 points. Sorry about that. 53-20 now. The Rebels are ahead after a botched snap in the end zone. 2:04 to go here in the fourth quarter. The Rebels have extended this lead out to 53-20. So the Rebels right now are just rolling through the night, and by the legs of Dakota Humphrey and a few mistakes by Twin Springs, they have really ran through Twin Springs tonight. The Titans haven't really had an answer for the run game for Patrick Henry. It's been a one-man running show between him and, well, I guess I could say two-man running show on offense. Zach Wright running the ball, hasn't had much need to pass. And, of course, Dakota Humphrey for 5 touchdowns. And Patrick Henry's going for 2 here. If they're set timeout, Twin Springs. Twin Springs calls timeout. That's their last one. PH was lining up to go for 2 here. They lead 53-20. So there's a flag on the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Twin Springs. It's going to move the ball even closer for Patrick Henry to get 2 points. Twin Springs had a couple penalties like that tonight, and we'll see what happens here. The ball is definitely closer to the plane of the end zone. So a 2-point conversion here for PH would definitely add on to this already big lead here for the Rebels. And this game, of course, has gotten chippy at times. You know, we had a couple of plays that after the play we had some extracurricular activity, and it's been a pretty rough game as far as teams running up a middle, a lot of contact, and they'll just be ready to see the clock hit 00. So there's 2:04 to go here. Hopefully we can get through the rest of the game pretty cleanly. PH is going to go for 2 here, though. Try to convert here on a 2-point conversion. There's a handoff up the middle. Looks like the Rebels got it. A 2-point conversion is good. It's 55-20 now. The Rebels lead. And the Rebels have had a coming out party after such a miserable week 1 against Thomas Walker. They have played so well tonight, and I think those 15 seniors are very happy with the way they've come back out and played, and the whole team, for that matter, has played well tonight. We've got, the news around the district. Rural Retreat must be for real now as they head into district play next week. Rural Retreat will be playing Marion. So that's going to be a big game. Northwood, of course, will travel to Craig County next week. So Northwood will have a pretty good time there. I've got news from Holston. Holston lost to John Battle 26-21. So John Battle beats Holston in a close fashion yet again. Holston was able to keep it close, 26-21, low-scoring game finally. Holston must have been able to stop them a few times. So 26-21, John Battle defeats Holston. Holston is now 0-3. John Battle is 1-2. Somebody had to get their first win tonight, and Steve Wright got it. He must have that team back in touch. So that's just his second week on the job there after the quick change there, just the stepping down of their former coach. So PH set to kick off here. We'll see what they do. 52 seconds to go. Looks like they're running the clock, so PH is really just waiting to kick it off. So we'll see what happens here. 36 seconds. Yeah, they're just running the clock off. Yeah, they got to kick it eventually. We got, let's see, the scoreboard has stopped working again, so hold on, we'll have to see how much time's left. It's got to be getting down there. 17 seconds, 16. I've never seen such a long kick. 12, 11, as the Rebels are going to be forced to kick it here. 8 seconds to go. Deep kick. It's going to go down at about the 10-yard line. It's going to be picked up and returned. He's going to be tackled as time expires. The Rebels lead and win 55-20 over the Twin Springs Titans in a big fashion. We'll get some stats. Go ahead and update you on the other scores from around the district. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. The Hogo Game of the Week is provided by Abingdon Equipment, Appalachian Plastics, Big M Farm Service, Carter's Pharmacy, Glade Pharmacy, Political Dogs, Serber & Son. Make sure you watch and listen at HogoGameDay.com.
Love's gonna be a good time. It's a small town. Throw down. It's time to tall board up. Let them tailgates down. And man, it's on tonight. Right into the morning light. Crank that country.
Welcome back here from the post-game show here at Patrick Henry High School, where the Rebels just throttled Twin Springs 55-20 in a big fashion here at Patrick Henry. A statement win for Mark Palmer's Rebels after such a tough loss there in week 1. As the players are shaking hands, PH is now 1-1 with a 55-20 win. Next week, of course, will be at Rural Retreat High School for Rural Retreat Marion. Go ahead and give you the finals again, just in case you're just now catching us. PH, of course, won 55-20. Rural Retreat beat Grayson County 9-7. Rural Retreat's now 2-1. Grayson County is 0-3. Northwood is now 3-0 after a 32-6 win over the Bland County Bears, who are 1-2 now on the season. Marion gets the win, a big win against George Wythe, who's 0-3 now. Marion's 2-1. Their only loss coming at Northwood. Abingdon defeated Chilhowie tonight. Abingdon is 2-1. Chilhowie is 1-2. The final game from around the district, John Battle defeated Holston 26-21. Battle is now 1-2. Holston is 0-3. Those are your scores from around the district. And with that, next week will be live video yet again from from Rural Retreat High School. We'll have everybody back on hand. We'll start the pregame show live video on Ustream and on Hogahiggy.com at 5 o'clock, so make sure you check it out. And then we'll do the live game broadcast again right here on Spreaker. So make sure you catch us again next week live from Rural Retreat High School, Marion versus Rural Retreat. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Patrick Henry runs away with it, 55-20 from Hogo Game Day. Everybody here at Hogo Network, thank you and have a good weekend and good night.